Hey, what up, everybody? CB Beach coming to you today live from Burger King. A lot of talk today about CM Punk and Brock Lesnar, about the upcoming match that you can assume is going to be happening sooner than later. I'm sort of leaning towards thinking that this match is probably going to be at Money in the Bank, that they're probably going to want to get this match over and done with as soon as possible. I don't see CM Punk as a guy that's going to be missing a lot of Monday Night Raws. I'm thinking that since he's back part of the roster, I'm thinking that he's going to be on every Raw from here on out, and possibly being one of the guys that even jumps over and tries to help out with the SmackDown Brown Parade Wrestling a match here or there. And you honestly can't put Punk in there with Axel, because Axel's probably going to just have to lay down for the guy, and you don't want that guy that just became the Intercontinental Champion to be doing jobs, even though they are to the guy like CM Punk. The only thing I think that could get in the way of that, that could push that match back to SummerSlam, is if Rob Van Dam comes back and becomes like a Paul Heyman guy. That way, sort of like Paul Heyman says, you can get to Brock Lesnar, but you have to go through Rob Van Dam first. But then you have this stupid thing of, is Van Dam really going to show up to his first pay-per-view for WWE since he's re-signing, and he's going to lose to CM Punk? I don't think Van Dam's the guy that's going to care about his wins and his losses along the way, but you would think that they make a big deal and they keep running that promo over and over and over again, knowing that it's going to get a huge buzz of attention. That you bring the guy in for his first match in a long time, that he loses his first match. It's sort of going to lose his little bit of an appeal. I know it's a short-term deal. He's not going to be there for a long time. He's sort of like filling in a gap for WWE right now. They're bringing a ton of guys back. You gotta wonder where their spots are going to be with guys like him and Christian and other stuff like that. But this whole face turn for CM Punk honestly really doesn't work for me. How a guy that, he said all these things about The Rock. Who really gives a shit about that? Because The Rock isn't the kind of guy that you have to love, that you're going to be there. He's the guy at the top of the mountain that everybody was trying to take down because he was, the movie star who came back. But at least look at the feud between him and The Undertaker, with everything that he did over the top, like pouring out the ashes and everything like that. That was only a month ago that he did that, maybe 2 months at the most. Is that, somebody that we really want to be, cheering, somebody that was out for blood at WrestleMania, now that we just sort of now we're just forgiving him because he's not with Paul Heyman anymore. Like he said himself, him and Paul Heyman weren't like an advisory staff. He wasn't, an employee of Paul Heyman, and Paul Heyman was an employee of his. It wasn't like he was doing something that other people told him to do. Why, he would go off on his own and do these things to The Undertaker, and now all of a sudden, a month later, we're supposed to just, whatever. This is the guy we're supposed to cheer, and we're going to love this guy. I know that CM Punk is one of the best wrestlers there is in the world, and a lot of people are going to like him, for that reason, is that he is the best wrestler, and he does carry a large fan base. But how he's able to turn all these little kids and things like that to thinking he's the main guy kind of makes me just sort of, scratch my head a little bit. It doesn't make sense. He's never going to be a guy that I'm really going to want to go out and cheer for. I would love this guy to be a heel. It's not going to happen. Maybe they didn't want to wreck Brock Lesnar turning him right now. I know he was rumored a few months ago as being the guy who was going to make the turn. But we'll have to see what happens. But Money in the Bank or SummerSlam, what do you think this match is going to happen? We'll figure it out. Peace out.